You're listening to Saturday Morning Media. And now, back to our show. Attraction Checklist is made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons. Patrons get to hear these shows up to a week in advance before they're released, and they get special downloads of just the recorded attraction audio for each episode. Consider becoming a patron today over at patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media. And thank you for your support. My name is Grandpa Choco, and I invite you to join me on my quest to learn about and experience every Disney park attraction I possibly can. This is Attraction Checklist. Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Attraction Checklist. This episode, we head to Disneyland to ride one of the all-time iconic attractions, the Haunted Mansion. Now, there's no longer a description for this attraction in the guide map, but the Disneyland website says, embark on a hair-raising tour through a creepy haunted estate, home to ghosts, ghouls, and supernatural surprises. There are no height requirements for this attraction, and Fast Pass is available. The thrill level describes this attraction as being slow, dark, loud, and scary. Now, before we visit the 999 Happy Haunts, here are 5 fast facts about Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. 1. The Haunted Mansion opened its doors to guests for the first time on August 9th, 1969. 2. Although the Haunted Mansion resides in Disneyland's New Orleans Square, the inspiration for the mansion came from the Shipley-Lydecker House, which was located in Baltimore, Maryland. 3. The voice of Madame Leota, the mystical head inside the crystal ball, was provided by voice actress Eleanor Audley, who also provided the voices of Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty and the Wicked Stepmother in Cinderella. 4. Did you know that the 3 hitchhiking ghosts at the end of the attraction all have names? The short one with the ball and chain is Gus, the tall one is Ezra, and the one carrying the carpet bag is Phineas. And 5. On April 10th, 2015, it was announced that the Hatbox Ghost was returning to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. Now, the Hatbox Ghost was an opening day spirit who was removed shortly after opening because his effect did not work as well as Imagineers had hoped. With new technology, he returned to the Haunted Mansion on May 9th, 2015. Well, let's now ride Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. Joining me today is John B. DeHaas, and after we ride, we'll discuss our thoughts on this classic attraction. This is a binaural recording, so if you have headphones, put them on now, as we are about to experience Disneyland's Haunted Mansion.
Step all the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now. Our tour begins here in this gallery, where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state.
Ladies and gentlemen, to see the 4 portraits hanging above, kindly drag your bodies away from the walls and into the dead center of our gallery.
Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching, or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Of course, there's always my way. prematurely. The real chills come later. Actually, we have 999 happy haunts here, but there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers? If you insist on lagging behind, you may not need to volunteer. The carriage that will carry you into the moldering sanctum of the spirit world will accommodate you and one or two loved ones. Kindly watch your step as you board. We spirits haunt our best in gloomy darkness, so remember, no flash pictures.
Playful spooks have interrupted our tour. Please remain seated in your doom. We will proceed in just a moment. We have been unavoidably detained by cranky spirits. Kindly remain seated in your doom, please. We will continue our tour momentarily.
Watch your step, please! All the way forward and watch your step!
I will lower it for you. And heed this warning. The spirits will materialize only if you remain safely seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. And watch your children, please.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo y cuide a los pequeñitos. Y ahora, prepárese.
We find it delightfully unlivable here in this ghostly retreat. Every room has wall-to-wall creeps, and hot and cold running chills. Shh. Listen.
heavy music from regions beyond. Wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing a bell.
Playful spooks have interrupted our tour. Please remain seated in your doom buggy. We will proceed in just a moment.
It's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond. Goblins and ghoulies from...
We have been unavoidably detained by pranky spirits. Kindly remain seated in your doom buggy, please. We will continue our tour momentarily.
Happy haunts have received your sympathetic vibrations and are beginning to materialize. They're assembling for a swinging wake. They'll be expecting me. I'll see you all a little later.
Happy haunts materialize, and begin to vocalize, bring us out of now close your eyes and don't try to depart, or silly spooks are your side. Shrouded in darkness, they pretend.
There you are. And just in time. There's a little matter I forgot to mention. Beware of hitchhiking ghosts. They have selected you to fill our quota, and they'll haunt you until you return. Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home.
Please exit by stepping away from the cars with your left foot first. Step out and stand on the platform, please.
The
Well, John, we just went on Haunted Mansion, the original Haunted Mansion here at Disneyland, and I will say that there is no other attraction in any Disney park that makes me hate my fellow man more than the Haunted Mansion, because A, shut up, listen to the story,
Right.
and B, turn off your cell phones, especially in dark places. Now, we had a little stop there in the middle where they stopped the ride. All these cell phones go on and the whole thing, and it's like, can you just sit without a second, without turning on your cell phone?
2018. Got to be online 24/7.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Let me say, I love this ride.
Yes.
It's the original. I have fond memories of riding it as a kid. I like it a lot. I think it is great. How about you?
I love it. I didn't notice. I mean, I have not ridden this version in a while.
Because you're a Nightmare Before Christmas
I
fan.
am fanatic for that ride. That ride is a 50 out of 10. The best ride in the world. Amazing. I can ride it over and over all day.
Yeah.
This was great, though. But I never. The first time I noticed the ghost pianist in the attic.
Yep.
Was that new, or is it just new to me?
It's new. It's a newer thing, and I think during the Nightmare Before Christmas, it's not there. It's covered with presents because that snake is running through the thing.
I just never noticed that before. I don't remember it, but that was cool. And yeah, I wish they would do some of the things that they did in Florida, like the staircases.
The Escher room, sort of. Yeah.
That's cool. And then the very end, I'm not sure which one I like better. This one with the ghost that riding.
The hitchhiking ghost is what we're talking about.
But in Florida, they take your head off, and it's more video elements. And, I don't know which one I like better.
When the Florida one works, it's great.
Yeah.
But when I was there, and I was just there last week, the video timing was a little off, so it wasn't working as, like a ghost would be, he's supposed to be sitting on top of your doom buggy, but he was sitting like way to the left, just hanging in the midair.
Yeah.
So when it does work, I actually do prefer that. I worked this attraction when I worked here, and I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to get to wear the costume, especially on super hot days.
I bet that's a blast.
Yeah, it is. So, John, what do you give the original Haunted Mansion here at Disneyland? I'm
going to be a purist and I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. 10 ghosts out of 10 ghosts.
There you go. You can't get better than that unless you're the Nightmare Before Christmas.
That is 50 ghosts out of 10 ghosts, yes.
All right, well, thanks, John.
See ya.
Do you agree or disagree with our thoughts on Disneyland's Haunted Mansion? Join the conversation on the Attraction Checklist Facebook page over at facebook.com/attraction checklist. And for sources and links for this episode, visit our website at attractionchecklist.com. What attraction should we go on next? Send me an email over at hello@saturdaymorningmedia.com, or you can let me know via Twitter, where my username is ToasterBoy. You can also post on that aforementioned Attraction Checklist Facebook page. This episode was edited by Steven Staver. This show is a production of Saturday Morning Media and made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who've gone to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up a monthly pledge for as little as $1 a month. Huge thanks to Shay Stewart, Mern Lafferty, Jeff Peterson, Dale Gadania, Steven Staver, Jackie Klimo, Melissa Crawford, Dave Slesher of the Evil Genius Chronicles, Mike Conflin, Dorothy Bachoco, John D., Kathy Crawford, Brian Greer, Carrie Whitney, Chuck Tomasi from the Technorama podcast, Chris Foster, Stephen Ing, Clinton of ComedyForecast.com, Vicky DeVries, Mike Wobschall, Twitter user Butts and Gear, a.k.a. Wildcat, Eve Cunning, Mike Hamilton, Gaston Moreno, Reed Loveland, Ivan Asquith, Vanessa Whitney, Peggy Etra, Kristen Hogan of Squid Friends, David Akers, Zoe Palladino, Ellen Multari, Christopher Harris, Rachel Jackson of Vox Fabuli Puppets, Carolyn Weisner, John Petty, Rachel Hansen, Darcy Prevost, Fernando Torres, Ron McAdams, Pearly Q Magic, Jason Domer, Lee Barrett, Casino Skunk, The Misty Minute, Peter Capesser, Night Gig Studios, Joelle Recht-Fertig, Adrian Rose Leonard, Earth to John Francis, RJ, Ginger J. Fitz, Megapodtastic, Paul Brunel, Jamie Hitchcock, Catherine Hannaford, Alan Gratz, Rachel Gibbous, John R. Donald, Jude Major, Miss Maudie and her buddies, Molly Smith, Phil Goodman, Emma Buntrock Muller, Jennifer Bowyer, Nate Beagle, David Packman, and the Trivia Puppet Company. If you'd like to support this show and the other fun content from Saturday Morning Media, become a patron. Head on over to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up your monthly pledge today. You can also tell a friend about the show or leave the show a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for listening. This show is copyright 2018 Saturday Morning Media, Grant Bachogo, executive producer. All rights reserved. www.saturdaymorningmedia.com. You've been listening to Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.